Hi, lovelies. Guess what? It's me again, Kate from Amazing Stories by Mukoso, who gives you juicy stories embedded in African culture. I am here to give you the final episode of that juicy stories about the princess who was killed by her blood brother but came back for revenge. If you have not watched the episode one of this story, I advise you better go and do that so that you will understand this one fully with your full chest. Anyway, please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, try and subscribe, comment, and give my videos a thumb up so that God will keep on blessing you. Thank you and may God bless. Let's dive into the story. Princess Ojuola, who was killed by her brother, was reborn as a poor Igbo girl named Norma, whom her mother Ireti held from Ile-Ife and her father Obinna held from Norfeja in Orumba South local government area of Anambra State in the eastern part of Nigeria. Norma, a beautiful Igbo girl from a humble village and humble background, lived a life of quiet struggle. Her worn second-hand clothes and scratched bare feet betrayed the poverty that surrounded her. Yet her bright, inquisitive eyes and radiant smile hinted at a deeper richness, a sense of purpose and pride that echoes through the ages. Norma's bright eyes shone with an inner light despite her humble circumstances. Her dark eyes sparkled like diamonds in the rough, and her warm smile can light up a room. Her worn hand-me-down clothes can't hide her natural beauty. With a quiet strength, she tended to navigate the challenges of poverty. Her young heart filled with determination, hope, and resilience. She was loved and cherished by all, and despite her poor background, she carried an aura of grace and greatness. She always helped her mother in the business of selling vegetables in the market, and whenever she comes to the market, her mother experienced a turn-up of so many customers, and this always made her mother happy and proud of her daughter Norma. Meanwhile, her father Obinna was a good farmer who takes care of his family. Despite all this, all of them live in harmony with the little they have. As Norma grew older, she began to experience strange visions and dreams that seems to belong to someone else. In one of her dreams, she found herself in the body of a princess called Ojuola. She experienced the luxuries of palace life surrounded by servants who were busy adorning her with intricate beads and braids. She was dressed in a flowing white gown, and her skin glowed with a radiant light. As she looked in the mirror, Norma Ojuola noticed that her eyes seemed to gleam with an outwardly intensity. She raised her hand, and to her amazement, a nearby flower bloomed instantly. Norma Ojuola laughed with delight, realizing that she possessed special gifts. She could make flowers bloom with a mere touch and communicate with animals in their own language. In the dream, she walked through the palace gardens, surrounded by a routine of servants and guards, but she was not alone. A majestic eagle perched on her shoulder, nuzzling her gently. As she walked, She felt a deep connection to the natural world. She could sense the pulse of the earth beneath her feet and the rhythm of the wind in her hair. Suddenly, a group of villagers appeared before her, seeking her help. Their crops were failing, and they begged Norma Ojuola to use her gifts to bring fertility back to their land. Norma Ojuola raised her hands, and a warm golden light emanated from her fingertips. The villagers gasped in amazement as the earth began to stir. New shoots bursted forth from the ground. Norma woke up feeling a sense of wonder and awe. She realized that she had truly lived as Princess Ojuola, and her special gifts were a part of her soul's legacy. She knew that she had to find a way to harness those gifts in her current life and use them to make a positive impact on the world. Meanwhile, as Norma struggled to make sense of her visions, she called her mother Ireti and asked her about Princess Ojuola. Ireti was shocked and amazed because Norma was born the same week Princess Ojuola died. Ireti, in the other hand, was a distant cousin of Princess Ojuola. In amazement, she asked Norma where she got that name from. In reply, Norma narrated her dreams to Ireti, who was in shock for a moment. "This can't be true," Ireti exclaimed in shock. "What is it, Mama?" Norma asked in confusion. "Princess Ojuola was my favorite cousin, who died 2 months after her father, Oba Olatunji, passed on," she said. "She was the only sibling of the present king of my time, Ile-Ife, and her death was so mysterious," Norma's mother added. "Why do I feel like I have known her for long, Mama? I always feel a strong connection with her in my dreams," Norma inquired confusedly. "My beautiful daughter, I am as confused as you are, but I will think of what to do after consulting your father." As Norma grew into a gorgeous lady full of beauty and kindness, she developed a rare gift of healing to the amazement of everyone, especially her mother. She healed so many people by mere touching their foreheads and made the plants of the field to grow. Her parents were so amazed by this rare gift, which was similar to the late Princess Ojuola's gifts. However, people from far and near heard about Norma's gifts and patronized her. This lifted Norma and her family out of poverty. Norma later furthered her education in the Obafemi Awolowo University, where he buried her interest in Yoruba culture. She surprisingly found herself studying and investigating events of the Palace of Ile-Ife. One fateful night, Norma had a dream that changed the whole story. In her dream, she was transported to a different time and place of Ile-Ife in the body of Princess Ojuola. In the dream, Norma Ojuola was walking through a lush garden surrounded by servants and guards. But as she turned a corner, she saw her brother Prince Adewale standing before her, a cruel smile spreading across his face. "Ojuola, you are a threat to my power," Adewale hissed, his eyes gleaming with malice. "And so you must die," he shouted and rushed towards her. Norma Ojuola tried to run, but her feet felt heavy, as if rooted to the spot. Adewale raised his hand, and a dark energy shot towards her. Norma Ojuola felt a searching pain in her chest and fell to the ground, her vision fading to black. As she lay there, she heard Adewale's laughter echoing in her mind, and she knew that she had been murdered. Norma woke up startled, her heart racing and her sheets drenched with sweat. It was just a dream, she told herself. But the memory of the pain and fear lingered, refusing to be shaken off. Out of fear, she called her parents and narrated the dream to them.
This is not just a dream, but a revelation.
Obinna, her father, said in amazement.
Ireti, I think we have to travel to Ile-Ife and meet Baba Bode the seer for more clarification.
Obinna suggested. Exactly, my husband. We need to go and meet Baba Bode, the Ifa priest. When are we going? Ireti asked.
Tomorrow, since Norma's vacation will end by next week,
Obinna said.
let us just unravel these mysteries once and for all.
Obinna concluded. The following day, being Saturday, Obinna and his family set out of the shores of Anambra State, heading towards Ile-Ife in Yoruba land, with great anticipation and hope to unravel the mystery of life. Immediately they got to the residence of the Ifa priest, Baba Bode. He recognized Norma and bowed.
Welcome the great princess of Ile-Ife kingdom, Princess Ojuola.
Everyone, including Norma, was amazed. Baba Bode continued.
May the gods bless this day. I have been expecting you, our great princess.
He said, ushering them seats.
May the gods be praised.
He said, his two hands up in reverence to the wisdom of the gods. Obinna, still in shock, asked,
Baba Bode, the eyes of the gods, please clarify us because we are confused.
Baba Bode smiled with so much wisdom.
Obinna, your loin has been blessed with a royal seed who seek for revenge on her gruesome mother.
Baba Bode said, gesturing at Norma, who was scared to the bone. At this junction, Ireti exclaimed, are you trying to say that Norma is the reincarnation of my cousin, Princess Ojuola? Baba Bode smiled in affirmation.
She chose your womb because of the soft spot she had for you, dear Ireti.
Baba Bode said with pride. Obinna and Ireti's eyes popped out of their sockets in shock, and Ireti exclaimed, No wonder she had the same traits, aura, and gifts of my late cousin, Princess Ojuola. So reincarnation is real, she added in shock, looking at Baba Bode and Norma.
Of course, reincarnation is real, and it is one of the mysteries that hold the foundation of the earth.
Baba Bode affirmed. Turning to confused Norma, he said,
We have a lot to do for you to reclaim your throne and right so many wrongs done by your wicked brother Adewale.
Before Norma could utter a word, Baba Bode touched her forehead with his right hand, making some incantation. Immediately, there was a great stir on the earth, and Norma fell down on the ground and lost her breath. Ireti ran to her crying, but Baba Bode stopped her before she could touch Norma.
Step back, woman.
Ireti halted as if petrified with fear. In few minutes, Norma stood up from the ground with a different aura around her, while Baba Bode smiled satisfactorily and said,
Welcome, welcome back, my princess. The gods are with you.
Immediately he said that, an eagle flew to Norma's shoulder and perched happily. Norma looked at the beautiful bird and smiled. "My good friend, I really missed you," she said, stroking the bird softly. She turned to her parents and smiled while they bowed in respect. "Let's go and mend the fallen words, for this is my destiny," she said with great determination. They set out to the palace with Baba Bode. As they got to the palace, Norma, who was reincarnated by Princess Ojuola, called out King Adewale to come and answer to his crimes. Adewale! Adewale, come out! Adewale, come out!
Who are you to summon the great king of Ile-Ife, King Adewale Obakabiesi?
King Adewale thundered with great authority while he came out to the courtyard to see the daring young lady Norma. "I am Princess Ojuola, who was murdered by you." Norma said this. The eagle flew towards her and perched on her shoulder. Everyone was amazed, including the king.
This is not possible. This is not possible. Princess Ojuola is dead.
The king exclaimed with fear lurking behind his eyes.
It is.
Caught in Baba Bode.
This is Norma, the reincarnation of Princess Ojuola, the daughter of Ireti.
The priest of Ifa confirmed. Immediately, Norma invoked the staff of authority and it appeared on her right hand, to the amazement of everyone. "Confess, Adewale! Confess!" She pointed the staff towards King Adewale. "You murdered me, Adewale," Norma declared, her voice ringing out across the square. "You took my life and stole my throne," Adewale sneered. But Norma could see the fear lurking behind his eyes.
I don't know what you are talking about.
He spat. "Don't lie to me, Adewale. I remember everything. I remember you, the way you smiled at me, even as you plotted my death. I remember the feel of your dagger in my chest," Norma recanted. The villagers gasped, shocked by Norma's words. Adewale was gripped with fear as Norma laughed, a cold, metallic sound.
It was just a dream. It was just a dream.
Adewale protested.
You can't prove anything.
He went on. Norma's eyes flashed with anger. "I don't need to prove anything, Adewale. I know the truth, and so do you." Suddenly, the eagle that had been perched on Norma's shoulder spread its wings and flew straight at Adewale, the king. The king stumbled back, terrified, as the eagle hovered above him, its eyes blazing with fury. "Confess, Adewale," Norma commanded. "Confess your crimes to the villagers." Adewale fell to his knees, defeated.
I did it.
He sobbed.
I murdered Princess Ojuola. I wanted the throne and was willing to do anything to get it.
He confessed amidst tears and shame.
Please forgive me, my dear sister. I was manipulated by the devil and greed.
He begged. "Adewale, you must face the consequences of your crime," Norma declared. the villagers erupted into chaos, shouting and crying out for justice. Norma stood tall, her eyes never leaving Adewale's face. "You will pay for your crimes, Adewale," she promised. "You will pay for what you did to me and to our people," she concluded. And with that, the villagers took Adewale away to face the consequences of his action, while Norma was made queen, and she became Queen Ojuola of Ile-Ife Kingdom. She reigned with wisdom, kindness, and love, unlike her brother that reigned with terror. In the end, Norma's story became a legend, told and untold throughout the land of Ile-Ife, a reminder of the power of reincarnation and the eternal nature of the soul. The end. Hi lovelies, I'm back again. Hope you enjoyed this story. Please subscribe to my YouTube channels for more juicy stories embedded in African tradition. Before then, take care and bye. May God bless you all.